We've received all the clearances in terms of government and heritage, so it's ready to go to drill. So we'll be looking to drill in Q2 and test that lithium prospect.
Hello and welcome to the Assay TV, where today I am delighted to be in Hong Kong for 121's mining investment event. I am also delighted to today be joined by CEO and Managing Director of Octava Minerals, Bevan Wakelam. Welcome, Bevan.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Octava Minerals are a Western Australian-based green energy exploration and development company. They have 3 strategically located projects in proven discovery areas, with their key project being the Talga Lithium Project. So just to kick things off, can you give us a quick overview of the company and a recap for everyone watching?
Sure. So yeah, Octava's a mineral exploration company with a key focus on Western Australia. Our key focus is the lithium, nickel, PGMs and gold, and we've got 3 key projects in Tier 1 exploration regions, which we're very excited to get to work on.
Excellent, and let's delve a little bit more into your flagship project, the Talga Lithium Project. Can you tell us where it's located and are there any other key projects in the area?
Sure, so Talga is in the Pilbara of Western Australia, which is a major lithium producing region, and it hosts some of the world's largest high quality lithium deposits. So we've got a really fantastic location at Talga, and we're already on the ground doing work at Talga. We've got the global lithium resources Archer lithium deposit only 10 kilometres to the south of our ground, and we've got a very similar geology. And also out to the west is Pilbara Minerals and Mineral Resources operating mines. So it's certainly a great location for lithium in Australia.
Excellent. And in terms of lithium prospects at that project, you've recently discovered a new one, is that right? Can you go into that a little bit?
Yes, yeah, sure. So our geologists have been undertaking field reconnaissance, and we initially identified the Pinnacle Well lithium prospect, and soil samples have come up with a quite a large anomalous area around the Pinnacle Well. And more recently, the guys came across the Nimerry, which is a new lithium prospect. It's about 3 kilometres to the east of Pinnacle Well. And so the guys are doing a systematic approach to exploration, and we've got a land holding at Talga, which is about 211 square kilometres. So yeah, we've got a great holding, and we've already hit the ground running and got 2 prospects that are looking good.
And in terms of gold prospectivity, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, we actually are very lucky. We have a very interesting gold prospect, namely Razorback, where previous drilling had some quite significant gold intersections, 9 metres at 1.57 grams per tonne, for example. But only about 700 metres of a 4 kilometre strike has been drill tested at Razorback. So we think there's actually real good potential there for a gold resource. So we'll certainly be looking at that as well.
Okay, so let's move on to your Yallalong nickel, copper and PGM project. Can you tell us what exploration has commenced there so far and what's happening there? Yeah,
sure. So Yallalong is an interesting one as well. It's in the midwest of Western Australia, about 200 k's northeast of the port town of Geraldton. And the tenement's located up the Darling fault line to the north of operators such as Chalice and their Julimar. So we've got prospectivity there for gold associated with the Darling fault, but also with nickel, copper and PGMs related to mafic, ultramafic intrusions, which is sort of the situation you've seen at the Julimar deposit to the south. So we've already seen some excellent geochemical anomalies for nickel, copper and PGM at Yallalong, but there's been very little detailed exploration, so we'll certainly be looking to develop that prospect up as well. It's an exciting time.
Absolutely, and of course we have to talk about your joint venture with Future Metals. Can you tell us what that was over and the details of that, please?
Sure. So we have the Panton Project, Panton North Project in the Kimberley, and it's immediately adjacent to the 6.9 million ounce resource held by Future Metals. So we've got a very similar geology on our tenement, and it made a lot of sense for us to work together on this project. So we've done a joint venture with Future Metals where they'll earn in up to 70%, and Octava will be free carried through to a decision to mine. They'll be spending $2 million on exploration. So this was a good outcome. They've got certainly the experience and the geological understanding of the area. So we look forward to the upcoming drill programs that they'll be doing on our ground up there.
So in terms of drilling and the MRE at the project, where are you currently at? Are you looking to update that at all, or?
In the Kimberley?
Yes.
So they've recently put out some really good results on their ground, which basically has shown mineralisation outside of their mineral resource, and it's very close to the border of the joint venture tenure. So it's quite exciting for us, and the results are quite significant. So as I mentioned, in Q2, Future Metals are going to be drilling some ground up there, and that should be a good outcome for us.
Great. So let's circle back a bit and talk about the markets. Obviously the markets have been somewhat volatile recently, particularly with nickel and lithium. How do you see this panning out? Do you see there still being a boom for lithium?
It has come back a little bit, but we still are strong believers in the underlying fundamentals for these metals. There's a reasonable amount of supply that needs to come online for lithium and nickel to meet the upcoming demand, whether it's through electric vehicles or battery storage in general. So we're still quite confident that things will pick up again at some point soon. That these minerals are the future. Governments are setting emissions targets worldwide. You saw the EU are phasing out combustion engine cars by 2035. So there's a lot of movement going on. So we think it's still a great place to be.
I mean, even here today, it's been such a topical issue, EVs, and everyone's caught in the whirlwind that is the demand and the deficit that's due to come.
Exactly, and also what people need to keep in mind is project timing. It is challenging to develop a new project, and it takes a number of years. One of the things we're quite lucky with in the Pilbara, we could bring on a new project relatively quickly. So that's another sort of factor that comes into the supply-demand sort of balance.
Excellent. And just to round up our interview, can you summarise some future milestones for our investors to look out for in the coming months? Yes,
definitely. No, our key priority in coming up is drilling of Pinnacle Well lithium prospect. We've received all the clearances in terms of government and heritage, so it's ready to go to drill. So we'll be looking to drill in Q2 and test that lithium prospect. While we're doing this, we'll also explore a few holes into the Razorback Gold Prospect as well, while the drill rig's on site. So that's two great bits of work that we're looking forward to getting stuck into. And we'll also get on the ground in Yallalong. Our geologists will hit the ground there, some mapping, sampling, which will lead to a soil sampling program for us to line up some drill targets. So we'll have quite a bit of activity going on over the next 6 months or so. So it's good. We're looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, it certainly sounds like an exciting time for Octava, and thank you so much for sparing a minute for us today.
It's great to be here.
I hope you look forward to the rest of the event.
Yes, it's been great to see people face to face again for a change.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thank you very much.